I'd like to talk to you for a minute or two about cases involving the death of a loved one. These cases are called wrongful death cases. I've handled many wrongful death cases of spouses, children, and I think back on what motivated me or stays with me was the very first one I'd ever been associated with, and that was before I even became a lawyer. When I was in college, I had a roommate by the name of Dave Leo. He left for summer vacation and was gone to the beach with the neighbors. The neighbors were towing a boat behind the car, and the tarp blew off the boat. Well, the neighbor pulled over to the side of the road. Dave got out to pull the tarp back on. And a truck driver who was overworked and fallen asleep ran off the road, hit the boat, which flew forward and killed Dave. Well, I got the word and I came home and I went over to Dave's house and saw his mom and dad. When I got there was a guy in a suit sitting in their kitchen talking to them. They asked me to have a seat in the living room while they were talking to this man in the suit. Well, I didn't understand who he was, but I could hear what he was saying. And he was telling them that he was very sorry about what happened. And if they just signed some papers, he'd give them a check for $3,000 so that Dave might have a proper funeral. I later learned that this was the insurance company for the trucking company that killed their son. It touched me then that somehow that just wasn't fair. And it made me wonder, how do you make up for the death and for the life and the love of a loved one that's been taken away wrongfully? So since that time, since law school, I've worked on that and developing it. And it goes back to knowing and understanding not what was taken away, but what the loved one gave to those left behind. And there's only one way to do that, and that takes time. It takes time to go to the home, to meet the family, to meet the co-workers, to understand who this person was that was taken away, to walk in their shoes, to go to the place they worked, to go to their home, to go to their children's school, to speak to the teachers, to speak to people in their lives that were important, and to understand truly what this person gave to the people that were left behind. Only then can a lawyer talk to a jury and ask for justice.